Last year I've done a sensational trip to Germany. In this video I want to share with you 4 lessons I learned and why I want to go back. Welcome to Berlin. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Alejandro. I'm based in the UK and I travel to understand life. So I was in Berlin for the first time in my life some time ago when we were allowed to travel. I must confess I was gladly impressed by the city, and even though we all think about history here, it's not just that. We spent 5 days discovering this tiny place. We stayed in Mitte district, close to the city center, in a hotel that had a bit of a hipster vibe, with pretty much the majority of the to-do attractions, including museums, top squares, and hidden passages. We even watched the Champions League's final, Bayern Munich versus Paris Saint-Germain, or Paris Saint-Germain, with locals. But let's park that conversation for another time, because you're watching this video to hear the 4 lessons I learned. I want to save you time, so I'm leaving timestamps below. Feel free to skip and watch the one you actually care. Let's get started. Number 1, dating history. When people talk about German history, it's inevitable the discussion will shift to World War II and the Holocaust. However, there's so much more to it than that. There's a Western East Germany period from the blockade and airlift, the uprising, the Berlin Wall, student movements, the reunification, the capital discussions, and so on. I tried to visit different museums, monuments, and memorials, as this was certainly an interesting way for me to understand the history a bit more. I'm not gonna lie, I felt really sad during a few days facing various places and hearing stories from different people and different places. But on the other hand, I was happy I had a chance to see some of it in person, to have a different perspective and pay respect. I think that we all have a lot to learn from Berlin. Somebody said that walls in people's heads are sometimes more durable than walls made of concrete blocks. And I feel this is true not just when thinking of Berlin's history, but our own countries too. Number 2, beer and sausage? We live in the past. There's so many vegetarian and vegan places these days in Berlin, like it's just unbelievable. It blew my mind. And being vegetarian, I must confess I was impressed. There was one place we really enjoyed and one that we couldn't go, but that's one of the reasons we want to go back. This place here was fantastic, not just because of the veggie options, but the warm atmosphere, lots of wood, lots of plants, and also has some Japanese influence. And the place we didn't manage to get a reservation, and I'm literally dying to go. It's called Freya. The layout, atmosphere, story, and some dishes we've seen were inspiring. It's also the first vegan zero waste store in Berlin. All vegan dishes are from sustainable products from regional organic farmers. Besides dispensing with plastic, all food leftovers are composted within 24 hours in their own composting machine and returned to the supplier farms. Also, needless to say that wine is really a big thing, and coffee is underrated in my opinion, because it's absolutely a symphony of flavors. In fact, I enjoyed these 10 places for coffee, and in most of them we have brunch. And if you ask me, probably my favorite was this place called Die Espressonisten. I'm sorry for my bad German. Wow. Amazing coffee by the Air Service Berlin World Balloon. I enjoyed a blend called Hafen Silber, which was like Arabica 70% and 30% Robusta. They had over 3 grinders and state-of-the-art machines and some great baristas. The place was like being in a truly coffee museum. And to close the food chapter, if we are into ice cream, then there's a place called Canal. It's a tiny shop, very tiny, that can be easily overlooked, but oh my gosh, wow. Homemade and conventional flavors and even vegan options. This place can compete with any ice cream shop in the world. Yes, Italy, they can challenge your gelato. Yes, Argentina, they can also compete with your helado. And yes, France, they can destroy your glass. Do I need to mention the UK here? Come on, let's be serious, okay? Number 3, the power of silence. During the time of the Berlin Wall, people in East Germany were scared into silence, never speaking their minds and not able to express themselves through their choice of art or music. But that didn't stop people from expressing themselves underground. This is also the reason why we see a lot of street art and musicians these days. Music is the heartbeat of Berlin. They also have some amazing contemporary art galleries, and if we look at the east side of the Berlin Wall, there's inspiring murals dedicated to themes like freedom and democracy. If we think about it, nothing can really stop people's desire to express themselves. There's always a way, and Berlin is a compelling example. I know we're talking about Berlin, but I can't stop thinking of the musical Les Miserables or Les Miserables and the song. Do you hear the people sing? Because the lyrics start with, do you hear the people sing? Singing the song of angry men. It's the music of the people who will not be slaves again. And that's just another example, right? In every country, we don't want to be slaves. We want to express ourselves. This is who we are as humans. And this is a good transition for my next point. Number 4, freedom is gold. As I mentioned before, one of the things I explored was the Berlin Wall history, and it has so many personal stories. One was in 1962, a 14-year-old boy named Winfried Tiess, and once again, sorry for my German. This kid ran for his life, scrambling over the walls and jumping into a canal. Desperation pushed him forward. Despite the dangerous situation, the people he was leaving behind, the guard who was killed in the crossfire, the East German border guards shooting at him, hitting the target 17 times, including in his lungs. This kid didn't stop until he made it to the other side, the western side of the Berlin's wall. He made it. Badly injured, but he made it. We all have tough times in life, but how many comparable to this? So my lesson here was to value what I have, especially if I'm lucky enough to have freedom, as we never know what will happen tomorrow. Because while the Berlin Wall technically wasn't built in a day, the oppressive wire perimeter that people walk up to without warning happened straight away. Final thoughts. No doubt Berlin is a place to have a date with history, but there's so much beyond that to do that even a week can be short. We didn't really have a structured plan before going, other than a couple of museums, key squares and historical areas. But that was it. As somebody mentioned once, some of the best things that came to our lives have been unexpected and unplanned. Even though I'm a massive planner, here I was happy to leave my plans behind. If you like this video, you might also want to check these 2 videos over here about life in London versus Buenos Aires. Particularly interesting if you consider moving abroad. Thanks for watching and see you next time.